Hello, everybody. I'm Satori Shakur. Welcome to Detroit Performs Live from Marygrove, where Detroit's talented artists take the stage and share insights into their performances. This episode is curated by Audra Kubat, who has an array of incredible performances featuring three influential women: Jessica Care Moore, Emily Rose, and of course, Audra Kubat herself. Let's watch right here on Detroit Performs Live from Marygrove.
Funding for Detroit Performs is provided by the Fred A. and Barbara M. Erb Family Foundation, Gregory Haynes and Richard Sonenklar, the Kresge Foundation, the A. Paul and Carol C. Scott Foundation, the Michigan Arts and Culture Council, the National Endowment for the Arts, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's my joy to be sitting here with Audra Kubat, the curator of tonight's fantastic performance. So what influences your music? Does your environment like Detroit, and what inspires the lyrics or the conversation you want to have with us through your music?
Detroit definitely inspires my music. I was born here when I was young and came back from Southfield as soon as I could be back in Detroit as like a young person, and I think that the city is just so inspiring. Like, it's so resilient, and the people that have been here for a long time kind of holding it down. It comes through the music. I think the city is actually really vulnerable, and I think vulnerability is like the way that I kind of operate. Like, I show my emotions, and I think that Detroit shows its heart on its sleeve, even though like it's tough. Yeah. It still like has this really underbelly that's sensitive, and so I think that it just reflects through the way that I interpret.
So who did you gift us with today?
Jessica Care Moore and Emily Rose.
And why did you bring them?
I started working with Jessica when I wrote Grey Glory Parade, and I had known of her for a lot of years and just sent her the song, and she wrote this beautiful poem, really powerful poem to go along with the song, and I really wanted to share that out. And Emily Rose is a dear friend. Also, I'm inspired by her work and wanted to showcase both of them and shine a light on their work. Jessica, does a lot of national stuff and international. Emily hasn't been out enough, so I really, want to shine a bright light on Emily.
It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Audra.
Thank you, Satori, so much for having me.
And now we're headed to the stage to see our first performer.
I am not ready to die a little more today. My nails are polished a bright aquamarine. My skin smells like the ocean. In my hair, I'm wearing the flowers he left on my doorstep. Tiger's eye and turquoise are wrapped around my wrists. Do I look like I'm attempting an early death? My headphones sound like Sade. I wish these new girls would get off their knees and transform a room with some subtle power and grace. Sade doesn't really dance, poet, and that is the point. When did it become okay to die in this country on our knees? The Walking Dead, a 24-hour day spa, they parade in groups. Hell, I need a massage to it, but at what price? I gotta stand behind mediocre bars just cause the kids rock to it. I've yet to hear an MC destroy the alphabet more gangster than Intozaki, so I ain't ready to die today. Won't participate in the spirit massacre of our children. My throat was on fire, my pen is high. Intozaki is dead, Intozaki will never die. I'm more alive at 47 than most of these wannabe Euro inside-out millennials. I've graduated from digital slavery masterclass. I read books without screens. I have sex with men my age or not whenever I feel like it. I love my hair, my breasts. I'm clear, my power is between my ears, inside my chest. Black girl magic doesn't grow between our legs. This is the mythology of men. How much to get off your knees, sis? This pen is a knife stabbing out the hearts of dead trees. These trees already did anyway. A walking dead urban forest. We are surrounded. So I continue to climb, to write, because I ain't ready to die today or tomorrow. I'm going to keep living inside poems you didn't know were left for you. If you would just get off the floor, you could see all these poems, all this royalty, all this world they attempt to kill you with is really your universe to inherit, to change, to rebuild. Get off your knees. Stop crawling for them. Stand up, queen. Latifah, Light, Lauren, Missy Elliott, Left Eye, Bahamadia, Rod Digger, Roxanne, Rhapsody, Kate Valentine, Mama Soul. Microphones are not stripper poles. Sonia, Audrey, Maya, Indazaki, Jane, Lucille, Nikki, Tony, Yasha, Stacey Ann, Akira, Mahogany, Elizabeth, Lisa, Michelle, me, us. We need you to stop dying, to be less than who you were destined to be. We need you to outlive death in all its forms. Live, so patriarchy can finally die.
Welcome, everybody, back from the stage from that moving performance by Jessica Care Moore, our own Detroit Promise.
Thank you. Thank you, Story. It felt good.
So your poem, the first poem that you did, what is the title of it?
I'm Not Ready to Die Today.
Yes.
I wrote that for Indazaki. I wrote that for all of us, you know. I wrote it really for young writers and young artists, women, young girls in particular, right? Who, once you get, this industry is a vicious one, right? And it's very sexist and very interesting, depending on how you look, how you're treated, right? The expectation of that when you show up on stage. And so in my head, I'm never performing for people. It's always an internal thing. What am I trying to do for myself in this moment? And who am I touching? But sometimes when we become more famous and well-known, we get opportunities to be in front of larger audiences. And so deciding on what's the best thing for how to present yourself. And sometimes I think young girls or artists think that, I produce Black Women Rock, I'm Daughters of Betty, and yeah, we wear lots of sexy clothes, and it's a very provocative show, but it's also grounded in ownership, like self-ownership. And so sometimes I see artists, women in particular, I don't feel like they're in control of the decisions that are being made for not just what they're wearing, but the moves they're making, and like crawling on the floor and things like that, and just putting ourselves in these very subservient spaces. I'm just kind of tired of it.
Is there a journey to ownership? And I know that you can support young women by getting ahead of the game and saying, hey, but is there a natural, organic journey one must take? Yeah,
wow, it's so deep. Like years ago, Annie Lennox said something in an interview that was really profound. What she said was, well, I wish they wouldn't give it away so quickly. Like, we get it, you want to make money as an artist, but money can't be your motivation for art. When if I'm writing poems for money, I need to make money. I'm not inspired by money. Right. No matter how much money you give me, if you tell me, Jessica, I got like $1 billion and write this poem, I can't just write it. I have to actually feel something. But owning your work is really important. It's ownership all over all of it. Yeah. I say this as a girl and a woman.
Any last words?
Just thank you so much. I'm thankful to Audra Kubat for asking me to be a part of this segment. I'm a fan of her spirit and her music, and I adore you. So just thank you.
Well, that was Jessica Care Moore, brilliant poet. And now we're headed back to the stage to see another performance from Detroit Performs Live from Marygrove.
Alma, we've been married 60 years and still I live for the sight of your smile, big and bright like a kid. And to think it all began at a silly high school dance. Like a portrait, I preserved it in my mind. Alma, oh so steady, on the dot was supper time. You gathered our loose pages, sewed us up a spine, and our family it grew. Time as it does flew. Do you remember? Love me tender, love me true. Alma, I am stubborn and I do things on my own. It's part of who I am. It's what I was shown. I put these little notes all around the house. This one is your toothbrush, and here is your nightgown. Won't you sit with me tonight and watch the sun go down? Alma, I've been hiding that my body's failing too. The children want to help, but that's not what we do. You don't recognize me, but my life I promise to you. And I won't leave your side. Alma, I've been thinking we could slip away, leave our broken bodies on the bed where they lay, and we'll go dancing once again under the stars. That's when I first found your heart. That's when you first stole my heart.
I'm here with the awesome Emily Rose, who just gave that wonderful performance on stage. Hi, Emily.
Hi, Satori.
So how did you start with your music? Where did you get your inspiration and start?
I don't actually come from a musical family myself, but luckily my folks had good taste in music when I was young, and they had a record player, and so I would listen to records a lot as a kid, and I've always been like a very sensitive person, and music was just the thing I gravitated to most, so pretty much all my life.
So what songs did you perform for us today?
So today I played a song called Alma.
And what inspired Alma?
Alma is a song about dedication and commitment and love. It's about an older couple, and I sing the song from the perspective of the husband who is singing to his wife, and he's telling her about their life together because she doesn't have the mental faculties to remember it any longer, and it's a song about this couple's journey through time.
That's beautiful. Is it based on any couple that you actually knew?
It's based on quite a few couples, really. Often I'll play it and people will say like, oh, you know, that song spoke to me.
And what is the impact that you hope to have on audiences, and what do they tell you the impact is?
I like to inspire emotion, if possible, whether it's just opening someone up to maybe shedding that tear that they weren't able to shed before, or maybe consider a different perspective from one of the songs, make people think a little more, maybe get some people to laugh. Yeah, I just kind of want to get some kind of rise, I suppose.
Thank you, Emily Rose. Now we're going back to the stage.
I am a warrior in shadow. dancer. I'm a lover, I'm a thief. I am the bark, I am the leaf. I am judgment, I am the judged. As I rake myself across the coals, while the storm within me brews, I reinforce the walls. But when I sing, everything it changes. I feel the stardust in my bones, and this song becomes a prayer. No yesterday, no tomorrows. There's only the here and now. So won't you help me sing? Sing this victory song. We can sing along. Help me sing this victory song. We can sing along. You are a warrior in shadow. You are a dreamer, you're a dancer. You are a lover, you're a thief. You are the bark, you are the leaf. You are judgment, you are the judged. As you rake yourself across the coals, while the storm within you brews, you reinforce the walls. But when you sing, everything it changes. You feel the stardust in your bones, and this song becomes a prayer. No yesterday, no tomorrow. There's only the here and now. So won't you help me sing? Sing this victory song. We can sing along. Help me sing this victory song. We can sing along. We are warriors in shadow. We are dreamers, we are dancers. We are lovers, we are thieves. We are the bark, we are the leaf. We are judgment, we are the judged. As we rake ourselves across the cold, while the storm within us brews, we reinforce the walls. But when we sing, everything it changes. We feel the stardust in our bones, and this song becomes a prayer. No yesterday, no tomorrows. There's only the here and now. So won't you help me sing? Sing this victory song. We can sing along. Help me sing this victory song. We can sing along. The sculpted and praised, grey glory parade, hollow men disgracing pedestals, traitors of their time. Oh, say, can you see, by the dawn's early light, the evidence is indisputable. The golden age which once gleamed is now tearing at the seam. The stars and stripes are unraveling. Monuments built to stand for, we can no longer stand for. Our silence now is damaging. time for a reckoning, a great awakening, the next American Revolution. It's time to take down these systems of hate, disguised as love for God and country, proclamations that they make. Yet I'm quiet and listless, do no more than bear witness. But it's not enough, his warm blood runs from broken bodies. And the golden age which once gleamed is now tearing at the seams. Stars and stripes are unraveling, and the words of men get lost on the wind. Their silence now is deafening. It's time for a reckoning, a great awakening, the next American Revolution.
Dear Black Madonna, dear sacred mothers, America's coming for our sons with AR-15s, just as they came for Jesus. How many crosses shall we burn? 50 years after Detroit and Newark set fire to racial inequality and police brutality. How many die before we erupt? Our children, blood lava spilling on concrete jungle streets. How many prayer mats face east and pray 5 times a day for relief, for sanctuary, for peace? I watch my son's arms grow longer. I listen to his mind strengthen his pride. Push past America.
Be the finger that pulls, the pin that holds. This faulty union must be ground down so we can start anew. And the truth we hold dear is yet to be known. Till freedom rings for all, there can be none. The golden age which once gleamed is now tearing at the seam. Stars and stripes are unraveling. So we'll take to the streets.
We'll take to the streets.
We will not retreat.
We will not retreat.
Silence becomes victory.
Silence becomes
Beckoning.
victory.
And it's time of reckoning. A great awakening. The next American Revolution.
What is a slave name? My son asked me at 10. This is the moment our sons let go of our hands and want to play in the park with friends or walk home from school alone. The answer is Tamir Rice will never. This is the collective worry of millions of Marys, hiding their Jesus children in the shelter, prayers, blankets, candles, family dinners. Our sons still burning, our daughters not safe. We rebel against colonization, resist the death of culture, the killing of the old, to rush in the new. One day a prophet shall return. The Flint water turns to wine.
We are back with Audra Kubat, and what was your solo?
It's called When I Sing, and I just wrote it actually. I was facilitating a workshop and they give you a song seed, and the song seed was how does music change you? And I wanted to write something that was like in the moment really doing that work. Like it's really repetitive, and I think by the time you hear it like one time you're like, oh, I can sing along with that. I really wanted it to feel by the time it gets to that chorus like, but when I sing everything changes. I feel the stardust in my bones, and the song becomes a prayer. No yesterday, no tomorrow, it's just the here and now. So help me sing this victory song. And I like just repeating that, I think is a really great technique to just get people kind of into it. And then suddenly we're all singing and it's doing the thing I want it to do, is that we all sing together.
Tell us about that beautiful collaboration.
Yeah, so I've known of Jessica over the years and been so inspired by her work and just her spirit. And so I wrote the song kind of right after George Floyd had happened, when we lost him, and there was the sort of rage that was happening. And I really needed to write something. I didn't know what to write. And I also felt like I wasn't sure like where my voice and my song sort of fit in. And I sent it to Jessica actually, and I was like, would you sing, would you do something on this? Or like, what do you think of this song? And she's like, you absolutely have to record this, and I want to, I'll write something. And then she did, and we came together, and it was really important to have her voice on this piece, a voice that could speak from her perspective, and it really felt right to come together.
Thank you. And thank you, viewers, for joining us on Detroit Performs Live from Marygrove.
Funding for Detroit Performs is provided by the Fred A. and Barbara M. Erb Family Foundation, Gregory Haynes and Richard Sonenklar, the Kresge Foundation, the A. Paul and Carol C. Scott Foundation, the Michigan Arts and Culture Council, the National Endowment for the Arts, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.